أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Greetings from the World Leaders Forum, All Headquarter Ireland, and also best wishes from the Imperial House of Peace. Alternative name of our Royal House is Royal House of King of Kings. I am His Imperial Majesty Emperor Professor Dr. Mosharraf Hossain Chaudhuri. As you know of, it has been quite some time since we had any public speech on behalf of our leading royal institution and leading UNIGO, the World Leaders Forum. So I've decided to do this public speech for the attention of all nations regarding current development of our activities and also the action plans that we have for next 1 year, and also regarding certain updates that I think I should let you know, and also general discussion about the current global issues that we are observing. So it has come to my attention that there are lots of issues world is going through. In order to restore world peace, we need to be more proactive. Though there has been slow work progress, it seems, but yeah, there has been lots of work took place behind the scene. We can call it a shadow work or back office activities. So I'll highlight briefly. Those who do not know me, I represent two powerful royal dynasties. That is, Chaudhuri is my surname. If I write Chaudhuri in the beginning, I usually use the comma after that. So just keep that in mind. And my middle name is Hossain. Hossain dynasty comes from the bloodline of the Imam Hussain, who was grandson of the Prophet Muhammad and was also Prophet Muhammad was the founder of the Islam and also a ruler of the Arab nation. And among his bloodlines, other four caliphs and my other ancestors have ruled over the Arab nations, and therefore we can call them the founders of the Islamic Empire. And from the Hussain dynasty, other relatives have moved to Indian subcontinent. They have created another dynasty called Hussain Shahi dynasty. One of my ancestors called Alauddin Hussain Shah, who was the ruler of Bengal Sultanate. Sultanate stands for a kingdom that is ruled by a sultan. It means a Muslim ruler. The Bengal Sultanate jurisdiction or its territory existed. It consisted with current Bangladesh, certain part of India, and Myanmar. That was the overall jurisdiction of the particular kingdom. So that's how I'm able to also represent Indian Empire. And among the Chaudhuri dynasty, my other ancestors were Emperor William the Conqueror, who was the past ruler of France, UK, and Ireland. And that's how I also represent an empire called Angevin Empire that consists of these three countries. The other ancestors or relatives have actually ruled over that empire, the Angevin Empire. So the Emperor William the Conqueror had represented French Empire and also British Empire, because he was one of the ancestors of the current king of UK, King Charles. So we are related. And also his other ancestor was Emperor Rollo of France, who was also his grandfather, and his another grandfather, the Emperor Rolo's grandfather, was Emperor Charles Magne of Italy and Holy Roman Empire. So that's how I represent the four main empire, that is the Roman, British, French, and Islamic Empire by my hereditary rights. Apart from it, among the bloodlines, before it became a Holy Roman Empire, at initial stage, those empires have changed names through different progenies, through my different ancestors. It was initially called the Carolingian Empire, and Carolingian Empire and later on transformed to Holy Roman Empire, and prior to that it was also the Roman Empire at prior stage, and some of the ancestry have later on also formed the German Empire. So different family members, let's say male ancestors, have changed the names through different times, but therefore we have the blood relations with all other European and Middle Eastern rulers. We are all related by blood, and luckily that's why I'm able to represent all those empires. So I currently inherited and represent 8 main empires of the world that was ruled by my ancestors, and all the legal records with the family tree details available under my different royal houses, and it has been filed with all other Supreme Court and international courts, so they officially know me, and my lineage dynasty has been recognized by all important top royal houses worldwide. So before I tell you more about so I have here today, I will be discussing 12 different bullet points. The first bullet point was general info about me, that is my royal lineage. So the reason of briefly sharing it here, so those who know me well, they already know who I am, but those who do not know me, this is a brief knowledge about you, so that next time I do not have to explain myself about who I am. And apart from it, I also hold nobility titles that was given to me by my different royal relatives from different royal houses. I also hold the nobility title of King of Anglesey, Wales, UK. It was also sealed by the Royal Courts of Justice, that is the UK High Court, by other elite relatives. And also the other nobility title that I hold is called King of Tuscany, Italy. I also hold the other title of Emperor of Ireland, that was given to me, granted to me, or recognized by Spanish royal administration, apart from Russian royal administration and Brazilian and other royal houses. Apart from it, I am also recognized as a sovereign emperor by different royal houses all over the world. That includes different royal administration in Europe, America, and Africa, and South America, and Asia. And here, regarding the last 1 year activities, you may have seen certain projects we wanted to initially launch. There has been lots of setback. There are reasons for it. As you know we live in a world, people like to see others less progressive. I do not want to say that people want to see others completely destroyed. Yes, sometimes many of them are haters, and we know the meaning of the word hater, right? Those who basically do not like to see others doing well compared to them. And in many cases, people can hate us for no reasons. for their less accomplishment, or if they feel that they are under-accomplished in many ways. And sometimes they like to judge them based on our age. They think that they are older and they are supposed to be more established, though that is not the reality, right? There has been lots of reasons for which some of the projects I wanted to kickstart has been delayed, because there has been lots of promises made to me, and people have gaslighted me, tricked me, and sometimes there has been lots of manipulations regarding, let's say some people said, okay, we are investing XYZ amount of funds in your project by XYZ amount of time, and when it comes to pay the money, they sign the agreement, then make some bullshit excuses, they move the money in different area, and they try to slow down, and lots of, sob stories they come up with. And apart from it, lots of propaganda took place to slow me down. Sometimes they try to put some maybe sleeping medicine in my water supply so that I become more sleepy and become less productive, and I cannot get the work done. They do lots of black magic, and sometimes they try to block things behind my back. If they see, they like to monitor me what I am doing. Let's say I have a team trying to work something out, and they try to brainwash those people just to create interruption. So lots of things has been taking place behind my back, just out of envy and jealousy. Sometimes they just don't want us to see progressive, but if God decides someone will be progressive, they will eventually be progressive. Because lies and manipulation, everything has a certain limit, because I believe that our hard work and determination eventually pays off. No matter what people say about us, what kind of lies people spread, what kind of manipulation they do to misrepresent us or our accomplishment, or sometimes they try to make us feel less accomplished than we are by creating the blockages, right? So as you know of, I have done my JD and LLM in recent time, Doctorate of Jurisprudence and Doctorate of Masters of Law degree. Prior to that, I have, since last year, I have been officially recognized by most of the top World Book of World Records as the most educated person on earth due to my major educational portfolio, and I have been a research supervisor of many universities globally. So I do have a strong portfolio as a research supervisor of different universities, and I have been an independent researcher. And I am also the Provost Marshal General of Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program, that is United Nations, his Pentagon, Royal Government. Apart from it, that is also a part of the Bureau of Central Interpol I represent. That is, I hold the status of the 5-star plus military general rank to oversee all UN, World Bank, IMF, and all other 35 regulatory bodies' global operations in the capacity of supervision. I am also an international president of the BlackRock, that is the largest asset management corporation that has 11.55 trillions of assets under its management. I was also empowered to represent World Bank, IMF to Irish government for its economy. That was 50 trillion euros for next 20 years. That was granted to me by the World Bank IMF chairperson, and I have been also granted the privilege by different elite groups, also endorsed by the Imperial House of Rockefeller, World Bank IMF chairman, and also the US Federal Reserve Board chairperson, and World Bank IMF and UN Sovereign Management, that is the chairperson, to establish 6 UN headquarters through the mandate under the World Leaders Forum, and therefore the World Leaders Forum is also a UN specialized agency. It's a leading umbrella organization and a leading royal institution that has been also legalized by the US Presidential Board, White House. That was actually during the term of the President Trump administration as the IGO, so Intergovernmental Organization. They are also recognized or empowered as the IGO by other different royal administrations, including the Royal Administration of Spain and other European and other administrations worldwide, apart from other different intergovernmental organizations. And as a royal administration ourselves, we having 15 different royal administrations worldwide and the 8 empires under our 8 main world empires under our royal administrations. Therefore, we also represent this as a intergovernmental organization and royal institutions with privilege of tax and audit exemptions for our all subsidiary projects as well. Therefore, we are not subject to any national regulators. However, we're going to collaborate with all national governments, and we're going to work with all governments so that we can contribute towards improving all sectors, that includes public, private, and corporate sectors worldwide. And we are also carrying out non-profit activities, that is charitable activities, so that world can be a better place and we can create more opportunities and support for all nations. I'm a strong believer of intentions. I believe that as long as we have strong will and good intention, universe, Most High, God, archangels, or the elite powers that exist in the universe that collectively help us to accomplish our goal eventually. My journey of, I should call it a journey of ascension process has not been easy. Those who know me last 7-8 years or last 10 years, you have seen me going through different level of transformation, ascension, or I should call it different level of progress. Though there has been different, I should call them blessing blockers and destiny robbers, they have been working constantly, or I should call them, sometimes some of them can be called collectively evil forces, worked was to keep me down so that I do not become majorly accomplished, and slowed down and created lots of life challenges. And sometimes I felt very bad about it. Was not easy life experience. Some of the hard experience that I have experienced, if it was different people in my shoes, they would have been passed away by now. But I'm thankful to the God. I believe that Most High had a great plan for my future, and through me, God probably want to bless many, and that's why initially the different level of development that was required for me to accomplish, so that I can become a actual role model for others too. Because in order to lead others, we have to have certain level of accomplishment. Without that, we cannot become a prominent leader, or even in order to become a prominent world leader, it is very much essential, because someone cannot become a mentor if they have not been a mentee, right? So you have to be a student first in order to become a teacher, because that is part of the process, right? We become a student, we learn, we gain experience, then we become a teacher, then we become a senior professional, right? So that's how I became a university researcher, research supervisor. So it did not happen overnight. So it is a part of the ascension process which we go through. There are few good news. Among the good news in recent time, as you know that I have been more focused on improving my legal expertise and tech expertise, which I am working towards. I will be more working towards next, let's say, 10 years. My legal expertise, tech expertise, and also my banking expertise I will be more focused on, because I'm also working on the relevant projects and initiatives as well. Uh, I have been recently offered the position to hold the position of the High Court Judge of the UK, that is the Royal Courts of Justice, by some of the elite group. In recent time, I've been also offered the position to become a judiciary of the ICJ, ICC. Those positions I will eventually agree to hold sometime from this year, by end of this year or by early next year. Whenever it will happen according to the will of God. Those who know me also know me that I have been a judicial arbitrator, that is under the PCA, Permanent Court of Arbitration, with the JANI Court. JANI stands for Justice Arbitral National International, where I was a Director General for 3 years, apart from an international ad hoc judge, also called as Judicial Arbitrator of Justice in the past. Under our monarchy and under the World Leaders Forum as a subsidiary project, and also as the UN. So because the World Leaders Forum is the leading UN IGO and also UN specialized agency, all the projects under our umbrella are also different sector-based projects that has been created and that will be eventually fully executed and implemented globally as a part of the long-term plan to help the nations. And those projects are also there for UN special organizations, or we can call them UNO, UN organizations, UN IGO, but the only difference is UN does not have direct control over the projects that we are running, because those projects are directly operating under our monarchy. And on the other hand, UN itself is also those who do not know, UN itself is also a royal institution. It was created by the elite groups to serve the special purpose with the permissions, let's say, permission of the royals. It was the UN headquarter land was granted by the Rockefeller family. They are also related to us. We are also related to the British monarchy, and so my other relatives have established those projects. So we are eventually the original leaders of it, or I should call the original rulers. Okay, because I represent the main empire, so all the top 35 regulatory bodies are royal institutions actually that exist currently globally, and because my other different relatives are currently the rulers of different nations in Europe and Middle East. I'm talking about the actual legit royal houses, and we hope to work through better collaboration from this year so that collectively we can become a better guardian for the world and the nations, and collectively we can be called as one world government, world monarchy, as we play a major role of the guardianship. This is not something new. The different changes that you have seen is just a concept. So the third bullet point, I'll be telling you about the general updates about current project initiative launched. Okay, so under our monarchy, those who know me, you may have seen, we have recently launched a project called Virtual Marriage and Virtual Divorce Services, that is jointly launched under the World Court of Arbitration and International Appeals Tribunal. The World Court of Arbitration alternative name is UN Sovereign Court of Arbitration, and IAT stands for International Appeals Tribunal. Alternative name is UN Sovereign Court of Justice. These two courts has been created for a very special purpose. I will tell you briefly. The International Appeal Tribunal has been created because the judiciaries globally have been abusing their power, they're misusing their power, and sometimes people fail to get the justice because of their nepotism and lots of manipulation they have been doing, because there has not been a proper oversight that was required. Because those, let's say somebody in the government and they are in power, they just appoint somebody as a judiciary, and that judiciary just do whatever the political affiliation they may have, instead of giving the people the fair justice. Sometimes, let's say they can punish the opposition many ways, right? That is not the right kind of justice we talk about. The justice I believe in is a rule of law that should be equal for everyone. So justice should be very fair and impartial, so that our rights are not compromised, and the racism, fascism, apart from nepotism and all other types of manipulation should not exist when it comes to rule of law. It should be much more fair and transparent, so that our next generation can be protected. So only that is one of the reasons the International Appeal Tribunal has been created, so that the proper audit process can take place. And I'm not saying the audit process will be only done by me. Yes, under the supervision of all monarchy, collectively with all our royal houses, with our other, collectively with other different, together with legal bodies apart from governments, so and communities. So collectively we will do the supervision in a way so that everybody, it will be more transparent. Right before public, people will know that how transparently we have done the audit process, and there will be no room for any manipulation and corruption. And that is, I believe that is going to reduce the corruption. And also, International Appeals Tribunal will carry out something we call judicial review. Judicial review we're going to carry out for most complex cases. In some cases, if people believe that they have not got the right kind of justice, even in the High Court and Supreme Court, or in some cases in some international courts, and there are certain grounds they believe that they have faced unfair judgment. In fairness, I believe that in many cases people get unfair justice, because sometimes the higher court just look at the decision made by the lower court, and they just follow up the same justice instead of even doing the proper case study. And by just looking at a person against whom they are making a judgment, they sometimes make a very poor judgment. Let's say somebody is a black, or somebody is of different ethnic origin, okay? Let's say they are wearing different type of dress up, different type of style, or let's say they do not look very attractive. The judge sometimes can assume that that person is ignorant, that person does not deserve any higher rights, or that person does not come from good family background, or maybe that person look like a criminal, because of a certain hairstyle. So people are very judgmental, and it can be anybody, even the judiciaries. I do not say that judiciaries are impartial. Many are, and many are manipulated, and many are corrupted as well, because they take bribes and they do not give people the fair justice, right? So in fairness, we want to see less corruption, and judiciary should be able to do their job also properly. For that reasons, we are trying to bring more transparency in the global government agencies under the supervision of our monarchy. And collectively we will do that. I am not saying it is only me is going to do it. Me, under my leadership, me with the other royal houses, along with all the elite forces, collectively we're going to do it as our civic responsibility, so that as a civilization we do not fail our next generations, and we do not become a failure to our family and our children's in future. So the IAT website we also have created, but the site it's a paid connection which I have to activate. Though you know there is a the it directly International Appeals Tribunal directly operate with the World Leaders Forum, but we have created a separate website as well. But that IAT separate website, though initially we only had one particular link for this subsidiary in the World Leaders Forum, but we have a separate link that will be fully activated once we activate this paid service. But meanwhile, the joint collaboration, the World Court of Arbitration, under the World Court of Arbitration, and also people will be able to directly access the e-marriage, e-divorce service. We have one particular link we have created under the World Leaders Forum website link. We have created a link in our menu bar under the ETC. There we have a particular menu bar for these virtual e-marriage services, e-marriage and e-divorce services. And under the, currently you may have seen the World Court of Arbitration web developers link. Under the web developer links, people will be able to directly also apply by completing the general data about the bride and groom and their contact email, contact info, for if they are applying for e-marriage or e-divorce services. And the World Court of Arbitration and the World Court of International Appeals Tribunal separate official domain. We're going to also, we had a primary domain, but we have to renew them. We're going to fully reactivate them as well. So currently we have our web developers link. So people can start getting the services. We have currently 2 appointed court registrars. We have a Sovereign Provost, Chief Marshal General also, who is also a military chief, who is going to carry out as the Marshal of the Court, Chief Marshal of the Court, to assist us. And over the next 1 year period of time, you may have seen we have different court designations for this both court. Those will be appointed to activate our full services. Now I'll briefly tell you why the World Court of Arbitration was created. World Court of Arbitration was initially created to create a central record of all the arbitral awards. We can also call it ADR judgment. ADR stands for Alternative Dispute Resolution. So ADR justice by the legit arbitral institutions globally. So we're going to create under our World Court of Arbitration in the near future time. There will be verifiable arbitral award records that comes from all arbitral institutions. Legit means that is recognized as the legit based on our evaluation from those institutions. We're going to accept the different arbitral judgment record so that it can be verifiable record for the future generations if they want to verify them for any legal reasons. And also all of our future judgment, arbitral judgment or arbitral award of our arbitration proceedings that will take place through the World Court of Arbitration worldwide by our judicial arbitrators in future, that will be also verifiable under our court system of the World Court of Arbitration website. And also we are also launching the e-marriage, e-divorce services in order to speed up the marriage process for the nations easily, because it will also make the intermarriages easier. As for example, let's say the bride and groom in 2 different countries, even sometimes it can be delayed for them to meet each other if they want to be committed. Let's say for the security reasons, let's say the bride does not believe that, let's say the groom for some reasons are delayed and they are not able to reach there on time. Let's say they are working on a construction project. Let's say they are an engineer finishing something. Until they finish the project, they cannot reach for marriage. And the bride is feeling insecure that if the man is actually committed to them or not, you know. So in that cases, if they both agree and if they decide, yes, okay, let's get married through the e-marriage services, so at least they will know that they are officially committed. In that case, they will be able to apply even if they are in two different cities. Now that court service is going to be available, and the court will do the primary investigation if the, let's say, their national ID or national passport match the person they claim to be by name, and the nationality match those information of both individual, including the picture they provide that match through the virtual meeting. So after the primary verification, once the witness signed by the witness, the court will provide them the marriage certificate or the divorce certificate within a week. And the beauty of this particular process we have is now it will be faster. So before, in order to get it, first of all, marriage and divorce has become a very expensive process. We are trying to make it a very reasonable cost and also more safe and secured way. And the beauty of it is in the future that e-marriage and e-divorce certificate will be also verifiable under our website. And also it will be easier and it will be also well recognized globally, because these particular services are recognized by backed by our all 8 empires, apart from our other different royal administrations. And as the subsidiary of the World Leaders Forum, it is also backed by all different bilateral agreement that other endorsement that we received for the umbrella organization, okay, apart from different records we have. So it's backed by empire, backed by royal administrations. So it is legit globally. But also we're going to work with all other national governments to make sure, apart from other courts, to make sure that those recognitions are fully recognized by all nations in future. So there will be no more question regarding validity of that. And for the e-divorce process, we have kept 2 types of systems. Let's say 2 partners are fighting always, they need to get divorce. Because of the lengthy process of the divorce settlement, they cannot actually separate quickly. But if those 2 people will be allowed to stay for longer, their relationship gone to so worst stage they could end up killing each other. So the beauty of this particular court system we are keeping is we're going to give them a divorce certificate within a week in step 1. In step 2 is going to be the divorce settlement. So they do not have to wait for the divorce settlement in order to get the divorce certificate. So that way, and they will be able to do it through our arbitration court, and they will also have an opportunity to do our international appeals tribunal, which is for the litigation process. So we have arbitration process, litigation process, both services options available for them to decide how they want to do their marriage settlement when it comes to the finalization of those processes. And one of the other things that I have observed in the past, when it comes to the marriage, one of the international law we are also issuing under our monarchy is that now, if one of the 2 partners wants to decide they want to divorce, they do not have to keep fighting their partner to force them to sign them the divorce agreement or divorce form in order for them to get the separation. They will be able to directly apply to our court, International Appeals Tribunal or the World Court of Arbitration for the divorce filing, and So we will have two form of Form A and Form B. Form A, let's say, signed by one of the partner, Form B signed by the other partner. I'm talking about male and female, husband and wife, okay? So if one part is signed by one partner and the second part can be filled the general information, and that the other partner can serve that part to the other partner, of the part B of the form to be filled and submitted with us, or once the court have the primary information, our court is going to directly contact the other partner to sign the to notify them that their partner have filed for a divorce, and they have a XYZ amount of time. Within the time frame, they must also complete the Form B. And then if they fail to sign the particular form, that they do not agree to divorce their partner, in that case, court can take legal action, or sometimes court is going to unilaterally make judgment in favor of their partner and grant them the divorce certificate, so that it will not be a conflictive situation. Because I have seen one particular video. In the particular video, a lady have seen her husband was fighting, roaming around in a park with one of his female friends. It could be either his girlfriend or could be a colleague. The reality of the story, I do not know. But from that video, what I've seen, that she was extremely disappointed and dissatisfied over the situation. She felt that her husband was actually cheating on her, and she wanted him to sign a divorce form. And the guy was sitting on a rickshaw, was going somewhere, and she was literally dragging him in the middle of the road, and the crowd was there. She was literally shouting at him, "Sign the form, I want you to divorce me right now, and you cannot live without divorcing." And the man was not divorcing her. Okay, so they were literally in a conflict, and it was, they just created a public scene in that scenario. And in order to create an unnecessary scene, we believe that it should be easier process for people to get married, and it should be easier for people to get divorced too. If they want to get remarried in future, that option is going to be also available. But over the divorce, people should not be injuring each other, or sometimes some partners do not want to divorce their partner. Because of that, even we have seen in some movies, right? Partner even end up killing them, poison them, maybe, hire a hitman to just kill their partner to get rid of them, because the partner are too clingy. They cannot just get rid of their partner once the relationship they feel that is not working out, right? So they end up staying in a toxic relationship until one of them end up committing a crime, right? So I believe that by introducing this legislation under our monarchy, which we are also introducing this week, under our monarchy, and we will try to ensure it is also ratified by all other national governments, so that it will be easier in future for people to get married and get divorced as well, and that way I believe that we are also working towards contributing towards world peace. If we want to create world peace, I believe that it starts with our home. If in a home somebody is, let's say they're adult enough to get married, a male or female, and sometimes they can be very frustrated until they are married, and if we are helping them to get married, we are restoring peace in their life. And if in a family, if someone have a toxic relationship, or they feel like their marriage is not working out and they want to be out of that particular marriage or higher commitment, and by helping them to get divorce, we are also restoring peace in their life, right? Because some of them will feel more at peace when they are divorced. So both way, we are contributing towards the restoring the peace. And I believe that this particular service will solve 60% of the world, it will restore 60% of the world peace. It's true, marriage and divorce, that is a very regular process that is taking place worldwide. We have 8 billion of people, you will see always somebody getting married or getting divorced. Okay, and secondly, regarding this particular initiative, we have actually opened a World Court of Arbitration YouTube channel. From this week, we're going to activate this particular channel to promote our e-marriage, e-divorce services and other court services that we will reactivate fully. One of the other service the World Court of Arbitration going to restore in future is called restorative justice. It's more of a local justice globally. Okay, just like restorative justice is just like in Indian subcontinent, you may have seen something called panchayat, where people gather together, or shalish, right? Gather together and regarding the local issue, local punishment imposement, a group of people decide and just make certain decision to punish somebody for a minor crime instead of giving them a major punishment, just to prevent the crime worldwide. In certain way, we see that is happening under the magistrate courts in some of the subcontinent like Bangladesh. You will see magistrate court, they do lots of mobile court services. So things like that we will initiate under the World Court of Arbitration to assist the government initiative along with the national High Court and Supreme Courts collectively. Those services by empowering more people. The goal is to bring down the rate of corruptions globally and bring down the crimes. And we going to also empower lots of national representative for this e-marriage and e-divorce services initially under the World Court of Arbitration and International Appeals Tribunal for this particular service that we have launched. It can be national, different NGOs, IGOs, or different organizations that have a good track record, and it can be religious leader as well. Those who will assist us to carry out those e-marriage, e-divorce services. Those people will have our e-marriage, e-divorce form. And one of the other things people will also see, our e-marriage, e-divorce certificate will contain the picture of the bride and groom. And under our court services, we will accept the polygamy. Let's say people have a prior wife or wives, and if they want to do additional marriages in some jurisdiction, they also accept the polyandry. So in that case, based on the jurisdictions, we're going to allow them to do polygamy as long as they're financially solvent enough to do the marriage under the court services, as long as they're not committing any crime which is religiously acceptable. Up to Islam allow up to 4 marriages at a time. So based on the religious perspective, we will let people do that if they want to do that. The goal is to bring down less the rate of the adultery worldwide and bring more committed relationships. When people will be more committed toward the relationship, then world can be more peaceful too. Because I believe that in a good marital institution, when the partner is truly supportive towards their partner, and the peace can be easily restored in a family environment. And on someone at peace, they will act peacefully towards others, whether they're in a work environment or in their neighborhood or with their relatives. And eventually, wherever they may be at national or international jurisdictions, they will spread peace. So, I, as a world leader, along with my royal administration, hope to become an instrument of peace and initiator of the restoration of the world peace, and I aim and believe to champion the world peace through our different initiatives that we have sector-based initiatives under the World Leaders Forum and under a monarchy, but all projects cannot be fully activated at a time. So this is our current initiative that we are trying to activate. And so all the national representatives and religious leaders we're going to start appointing apart from our different court officers from this year. So that sequentially our services can be available to public nationally, and we will also go for mass marketing from this year so that people can be benefited from our services, and any money, funds we may generate, most of the money, just to let you know, will be reinvested for the community development purpose and also for the welfare of the nations. You will see, I will try to be more transparent regarding how much money we are making from all of our different projects, initiatives, and how we are spending. Because I believe the most of the problem the world have because of the extreme greed of people. And that is the reason people are losing their divinity because the extreme greed of power, position have blind most of us, and that is the reason we need to be more proactive, and I will try to be more connected. And though you may have seen me more introverted, I had to be introvert because for a certain period of time I had to focus on my self-development, and I am hoping to also apply for the Guinness Book of World Record to be recognized as the most educated person on earth by end of this year, though I have been recognized by all other top World Book of World Records also already. And I believe that once I also hold the position of the High Court Judge of the Royal Courts of Justice of UK this year, including the ICJ, ICC Judiciary or the International Judge role this year. And in future, if you talk about my long-term goal, I suppose when I retire, I want to retire as the Chief Justice of the US Supreme Court. That is one of my long-term goal because I want to continue long-term in the international community development sector, while my major area of expertise will be improving my legal expertise, tech expertise, and also banking expertise, apart from teaching expertise as the professor and the chancellor of the IUHERD, the university project that is going to be also fully activated from this year. So the fifth bullet point is next project in the pipeline, next 1 year time. Okay. So, as you know of, we had one of the top project plan was the bank project. I had different meetings with different elite groups. We are expecting some of the major endorsement from this year. I mean this week, within a month time for this project. I previously signed different agreements with different elite groups for the projects funding. With one group, I signed an agreement of 10 billion euro, and they have made some bullshit excuses. Then they moved the fund in different areas, and they came up initially with a major fund that was, they said from the World Bank, IMF, and other different elite group. They had a fund of 300 trillion of USD or euro, something like that. Okay, that was, they said it was initially launched for me, but how much did I receive? Zero. I actually did not receive the money. They moved the money, but because I was more focused on my things, I did not argue with this group. It's a group effort, whatever they did, but some of them agreed to pay me 20 billion for the startup of my bank project, and from other elite group, they initially said they want to send me 100 billion. Then they said, I do not want to mention the name. Then they said they have sent me 100,000 euro one time, and later on I did not receive nothing. So people have been playing mind games with me, have been sometimes wasted my time as well. I know my success does not rely on different groups because we have our own crypto, our own plans and different things in place. However, whatever we need to do, we are doing it right now, and certain blockages have been created by different groups in different level. We are overcoming that as well. As you know that due to having my LLM, JD LLM qualifications also from this year, I will be also practicing as a solicitor barrister in different jurisdictions, starting with Ireland, and in the near future time I will be also practicing in the UK and the USA. And most of you know one of the law firm that we initially legalized by the royal decree, that is an international sovereign law firm, that my law firm that is has been legalized in Ireland also as a charity. We're in the process of getting our charity number here as well, though we have the number under our different royal decree, and we are also registered with the UNDESA, and this particular international law firm is going to be also activated along with our court system globally, and that law firm is going to help people to solve the different cases if they have any existing cases with national courts, including High Court and Supreme Courts. And it has been registered as a charity because our goal is to create also raise funds, and through our different initiative, whatever fund or profit we may create, we will try to create alternative fund that will be alternative to the legal aid that exists in some developed countries. For those who are unable to pay for their legal fees, they get paid by the state for their through the legal aid, and those who are, for certain reasons, sometimes people get rejected to access the legal aid privileges. In that case, in all global jurisdictions, those alternative funds that we're going to raise through this particular law firm, where we're going to provide the membership to different lawyers and barristers globally, is going to work with us through the membership basis, and that certain funds that we raise is going to be used as an alternative fund of the legal aid, and we're going to help out people. The goal is to make sure, despite the nationality, their race, color, ethnicity, religion, nobody should be discriminated when it comes to receiving fair justice, so that state, even government, or even powerful opponents cannot violate the rights of others. People should get fair justice through our services. So this particular law firm has been created with the sole purpose, not for profit making purpose, but for non-profit purpose, so that we can restore the human rights globally, which is the ultimate goal that we have. So among the other projects that we have in the pipeline, let's say next 1 year, we're going to launch the bank project. We have, along with the bank project, we have global stock exchange. Those projects will have at least few regional headquarters. We're going to start with the type of the bank we are representing is a hybrid model. We're going to start with a couple of services. Let's say it will start with the digital banking service, CBDC, and it will sequentially other services along with the physical branches. It will start with the European Union as the headquarters based in Ireland, and we have also discussed regarding its regional headquarters for the North America is going to be in the USA, and its Asian regional headquarters is going to be in the Philippines, and we will also have a BRICS regional headquarters in the India. That is the plan we have for this year, apart from the African Union at later stage. And in the pipeline, we also have, as you know, of the HEREDITARY University. That is a ready-made university. We just not have started enrolling people and fully activating our services, which is going to also take place once our funds in place. Meanwhile, we have got our royal administrations, empires, and monarchy strong foundation restructured in place. Now we are sorting out our financial structures and foundation in place. One of the reasons we have faced lots of different manipulation. I have been facing lots of setback because of my royal bloodline. Many people have been creating lots of unnecessary problem last number of years for me. They've been creating lots of defamation of character. The crime they have committed can be categorized under the defamation of character, and sometimes some of them have been committing perjury against me. Even the people, those who got paid to lie against me in the court of law just to make me look bad. In some cases, many have created in the higher places false narrative against me. Some people have tried to discredit my work. Some of them have even pretended to represent our organization in a wrong way by creating false page, misusing our logo, by creating similar email addresses to misrepresent and create a bad impression against us, our projects, our initiative. And many of them are even created false identical organization from different jurisdictions, just changing the name. They think they can just steal some of the essence of us. Some of them try to steal our essence. Some of them try to create a, looked at my dynasty, tried to create from my son, some of my far distance relatives, tried to create identical identity of my relatives so that they could create a competition against me. So lots of different level of manipulation has been taking place. But people do not understand something. I am a crowned emperor. There is a difference between crowned emperor. I could have many relatives, but all my relatives are not the most educated person on earth. All my relatives are not barrister. All of them, my relatives are not lawyers, right? All of my relatives does not represent the monarchy. Yes, some of them could be related in many ways, but everyone do not have the direct privileges, because it is about the God-given privilege as well, and an essential level. And everybody did not walk through my journey and did not walk in my shoes, right? So some of them want to directly reach my next level. How can you reach my next level? And you look at me by judging me that, yeah, you think that you can be better than me by straightway jumping to where I am heading without doing the work, right? Some of them look at me like, yeah, I may look like 25. I'm actually 41. And I'm 41, and most of my life, most of my friends were extremely senior. Let's say 20, 30 years senior people I am more associated with. Let's say I worked under the mentorship of many senior mentors. They were friends, at a time my mentors too. That's why I have been extremely advanced compared to my age. So some people have been very judgmental when they have seen me or certain position, privileges, certain level of education. So they felt that it can be true. They tried to discredit me and sometimes felt very intimidated. Let's say last 1 year time, apart from my different privileges, last 1 year time, just to hold a certain, I just wanted to see that, yeah, let's see by merit what privileges I can do. I applied for 3 different government roles. One of them was Golo City Council, CEO position. I applied for the Garda commissioner position, that is the National Police Chief of Ireland. I applied for the CEO position of the Social Welfare Department, right? So because I did have the qualification, so I was able to apply for it. Some people could feel very intimidated, even some of the politicians and leaders. So sometimes they do lots of talking behind my back. Yeah, did you see that? He applied for it, yeah. So some of them feel very intimidated, some of them feel jealous, and then some of them can feel very critical about, yeah, how is he doing that? How is it possible? You know, he's too young. He is too young to hold such position or even apply for it. So people have their own narratives, but our life, our future, destiny does not depend on people's narratives. I have changed many career in my entire life. I have learned through different life experiences. That was part of my growth process. And I believe that through different life experiences, I have learned valuable experiences. I've gained knowledge, and I still believe in long-term learning process. I do not believe the academic education that ends with a certain level of graduation up to the doctorate degree. The level 10 does not define our ultimate knowledge. When it comes to knowledge and learning, there is always something to learn. We always learn through either life experiences or through lifelong learning process, right? Or distance learning process. There is always something new to learn if we want to learn, grow, evolve. So I have been evolving through the lifelong learning process, and this sometimes I do share lots of things with people regarding different accomplishment, this, that. Some people feel that I am bragging about my accomplishment. No, that is not about bragging about my accomplishment. I have tried to be a motivator to all of you as a mentor, and sometimes sharing is necessary for me to let you see that, yeah, I have certain level of accomplishment and I am a capable world leader who is well able to lead as a CEO, as a world leader, as a UN boss, as a sovereign monarchy, things like that. Because nobody will listen to you worldwide, right, unless you have certain level of accomplishment. If President Trump says something tomorrow in the media, people will at least click to see what he's trying to say, right, if they come across that feed. Because let's say President Putin says something, they want to hear what he has to say. Or somebody, celebrity level or status. So in life, it is very important. In first phase of life is a learning phase, learning curve, a growth process, a personal development. And once we have certain level of accomplishment, only then world will listen to us, what we have to say, or you have to have certain level of achievement in life. Let's say if Bill Gates or somebody super rich or their family member says something in the media, people want to say what they have to say, right? Because they have certain level of growth, accomplishment, achievement, or inheritance, let's say rich, wealth, whatever. So you have to have something in life, whatever, either you have to inherit it, either you have to accomplish, achieve, or you have to be known for, so that people will be interested to listen, or else nobody want to listen to you. So one of the other level of manipulation that we have faced, they have created fake world leaders forum page just to discredit us, and behind the scene a group of evil shaitan worshippers, they have been trying to bring down our page likes from 8,000, I think they brought it to 7,000. It's supposed to be 8 billions, 8 millions by now. So they think that if they just keep our page likes down, people are not watching. The whole world is watching. People are not stupid. People know what else is going on behind the scene. Some people are very, very intimidated if others are outside. Sky is big enough for I believe the sky is big enough for all the stars to shine, right? Because if my growth and success, or people or any light beings, growth of success should be inspiration for others. It should not be a reason for intimidation for others. And those who are looking at me, do not try to become me. Be your best version. Uh, that is my advice for all of you, because you all have our own special qualities. Uh, Whatever I am good at, or whatever I have area of interest, may not be your area of interest. Some could be very passionate about art, and maybe your focus should be in that area. Somebody could be very, very tech savvy, and if you believe that is your thing, go for it. If you believe you are a very strong content creator and that is the what you made for, go for it. If you are the great graphics designer or great architect, you believe you are good at that, go for it. You do not have to become me. You just become best version of yourself. I am I am not trying to become anybody else. I am only trying to become my best version of me, and that's who I am. Take it as an inspiration. Take inspiration from me, or people like me, or those who are uh, ascending, leveling up, or becoming a better version of themselves. Uh, if you consider me as a mentor, yeah, learn from it. Try to accept what you think I'm doing better compared to others, or what advice you feel that I'm giving a great advice. If you feel it can be useful to you, you may accept it. And you do not have to blindly accept everything I say. Uh, you do whatever I say, always fact check for your own satisfaction and clarity if required. And also bear in mind, no matter how bright I am trying to be, or people like me, there will be always different opinion. People may not agree with everything I say or do, but again, we can always find a common ground to work through collaboration. I believe in collaboration. I believe in alliance. I am open to work through collaboration with all nations. I also believe in love-based action. Uh, as we know from the religious scriptures, says, love your enemies too. Because your enemies can be your greatest followers, greatest fans, greatest critics, right? And today I do not hate my enemies. Yes, sometimes I can have disappointment about certain things about enemies, especially sometimes some of the enemies does extremely unforgivable things that is unforgivable. As a person like me or you, we all have in our lives such experience, and sometimes some people may never get our forgiveness. But I try my level best to forgive people from my past, and those who have done me wrong, I forgive you. And I also believe that there is always room for reconciliation, and I am open to work through collaboration, and I believe to give opportunities to my enemies too. And I try to be helpful also to my enemies. Sometimes my enemies ask me for help. I try to be helpful because I have experience in first hand how it feels to not get proper help, because in many cases I had to help myself. That is the best help, and I believe that we feel disappointed while we keep our high expectation on others. We have to love ourselves more. I highly encourage people to practice more self-love, and that's the only way you will be able to be good to others. Because people, those who are stressed and goes through lots of pain, they usually project their pains on others. They behave badly towards others, unknowingly or knowingly, and that's what ends our many valuable connections, relationships, sometimes opportunities too. And that is be your life experience too. Whatever I am saying, uh, take it as a nuggets of gold, as a gift, because I am trying to summarize my life experience in short, but that can be a guiding light for someone like you. Okay, so among the different projects, next one here, we will also activate TWLF IGO Big Tech. That is going to be also a big technology company that we have planned over a period of time that will become a big tech company like Google. But initially, our plan is to develop all the different software projects, systems for the projects that we have under our administration for different sector-based projects that we have planned to continue for next 50 years, 100 years times for our empires that we're talking about the existing projects. But for the public, we're going to also create software in the future that will be available through SaaS means software as a service in future, because I also want to improve my legal and tech expertise next 5 to 10 years time, so that I can become my very best version of myself in future in this line of expertise. So number 6 bullet point about the project funds. Yes, at present I'm not saying we do not have opportunities to receive fund. I have received couple of funding good propositions from different groups. I'm currently working with them and trying to secure enough funding for our different projects so that the current bank project can initially kickstart. Apart from it, the other projects we can also kickstart properly. And number 7 is travel plan and outreach and mass marketing. Yes, I'm in the process of getting my Irish passport. I've actually applied for my Irish passport in 2019 with the Irish government for the new Irish passport. I think Irish government love me so much, they don't want to let me go anywhere. That's why last 6 years they are not issuing my passport. I think they care about me, so maybe they want to protect me too much that they do not want me to travel anywhere. But anyway, I'm not angry at any of the leaders. I appreciate all the leaders because sometimes what happens, I believe that happens for good, because they did not let me travel that time for different reasons, for security reasons or other reasons. That has given me enough time. Through that time, I've been able to achieve other different educational qualifications that made me who I am today, as I obtained the most educated person on earth recognition from 2024, and also I have obtained I've been able to do the JD, Doctorate of Jurisprudence, and my LLM degree. So I believe that now if I travel, I'll be in a much more strong position. So those who have been doing lots of lag pullings, it is their time to release my passport and to let me do whatever I want to do in order to serve the nations, because those who has been trying to do lots of manipulation behind the scenes to hold me back will no longer be able to do it, because I'm a barrister now, so they know what is coming for them next. If they try to do that, it will backfire. I believe some of them are already getting the universal karma for creating blockages. But anyway, I forgive you. Just do your job and get things done so that I can travel and get the projects accomplished and help the nations properly. Okay, number 8 is regarding global major issues. Okay, I need to say a few words. Yes, right now, lots of major issues we are observing in the Middle East, Indian subcontinent, apart from African Union. I want to say bravo to some of the African leaders who have stood up for their rights, though some of you may look at me as a bloodline from the colonial masters, uh, and yes, you do have lots of anger towards the colonial masters, those who have systematically oppressed, have abused their power uh, towards the poor nations. Uh, I do not disagree the fact that different power and privileges has obtained by some of my royal relatives have abused their power in many ways. Sometimes it's not necessarily them have abused the power. Sometimes people, those who have worked for them, have abused the power. Um, Especially the state governments have made many bad decisions, many wrong decisions, and therefore in many cases the empires that are supposed to be built with more integrity, some of the empires many of my royal relatives have built on the hardship and the pains over people's soul and heart, and their hard-earned labor. On behalf of all those relatives, all those ancestors, those who have done you wrong, I believe that I want to apologize on behalf of them. If they have done you any wrong, I also ask you to forgive them. As you know that forgiveness is necessary because so that it will relieve your soul from all of the burden. As God has empowered me to be your divine leader, one leader, as the sovereign emperor for all nations globally. I believe in respect-based monarchy. I believe in monarchy with more credibility, and I also believe that monarchy is also a form of leadership with class and quality. Monarchy is not just a seat and a crown where people will just sit and order and do whatever they like. It's a civic responsibility with power, privilege. It's a divine privilege, divine empowerment that comes from God. Everybody do not have the privilege to become an emperor or a king. I'm not saying I have everything that I need to help you. Yes, but I have many things that I have, and rest I am accomplishing. And collectively, I believe that I want to establish an empire with what I have already, along with what I am building, so that world can become a greater place. But from the colonial masters or the rulers or emperors, you cannot deny the fact. All the past rulers have uplifted the nations, civilizations many ways. They have been the guiding force of the common law, that the law itself that exists globally. Apart from the system of the passport system they introduced, right? A system of national ID, birth registration, the monetary system. We're talking about what else they created. They created the court system, fair for the fairness. They created the economy. They created the language. They established the language like English, at some stage Spanish as well, Arabic as well, and in many ways those languages as the international languages for the better communication purpose, to connect the world better ways. They have teach people more about how to become more civilized, right? To become more disciplined. So many things people have learned. All the underdeveloped nations, you cannot deny those facts. You have learned a lot from the colonial masters too. Though it may look like they have taken many things, yes, they have given you even more. So be grateful, and masters, rulers or leaders, you have to also understand that also comes from the God. Only God decide who will rule, who will lead, who is capable of such privileges and empowerment, and that's how God decide who should be leading, who should be ruling, and who should be making important decisions for the different. It can be for individual, it can be for a particular organization, groups, nations, or even collectively for masses, right? It's a privilege to be in such positions, and it's a major responsibility too. And I want to be a better world leader, I want to be a better world ruler, I want to be a better emperor, so that my legacy and divine lineage and empire will be the everlasting empire world have ever seen, uh, and it will be most respected even after me for my next generations too. And I believe and hope, and I will try my level best so that my next generations will also maintain those credibility, integrity, and monarchy with positive thinking that I am trying to establish for me and my next generations. Here, okay, now I'm going to say a few words about online scam and impersonators misusing our name and identity and defaming us. Yeah, people need to be very aware of if anybody using logo of our different subsidiary projects. Always double check with the World Leaders Forum World Headquarters. If you come across anybody sending you friend request, sending you email, or anybody using my signature for on behalf of any organization, or pretending to seek for fund or anything, or even initiated one of the projects that we have created from different jurisdictions. So be very, very cautious and make sure nobody tarnishing our name. And I will instruct, request, and command and advise all world militaries and law enforcement globally, as your emperor, as your sovereign world leader, that you need to be more responsible. And if anybody committing those online cyber crimes, please try to diminish them at early stages so that it does not become a major issue at later stage. Okay, now number 11 is about the general monthly meeting. The World Leaders Forum and our different global team members, many of them have felt some sort of disappointment in the past, even by now, because the way we started our projects with major force, major stamina, and major speed, we could not keep up that in the beginning, because we had to basically multitask, diversify our different line of work, because we are getting different level of attack and manipulation, gang stalking. That was major attack, let's say, from personal life, virtually, online, and government level, national level, local level, and many levels. Even groups were attacking our team members, manipulated our different team members. So, and paid people to work against me, against our organization, misrepresented our value and what we represent, what we stand for. So there has been lots of confusion and conflict created, and lots of shadow ban created, different type of narratives created. So people have tried to completely isolate me. Any type of action plan I tried to implement it. They tried to literally isolate me by paying people or trying to drive people out of my life or out of my team. Anything we have been trying to promote, they try to literally steal the concept plans, try to steal our swag and glimpse of attraction. They try to, shadow ban us, try to keep us our views minimum, try to behind the scene manipulate our views, lots of things they took. As a result, the way my good intention that I wanted to make sure the projects create many jobs, opportunities, and at the time benefit our team members, I could not do things openly because people have been misusing our organization name, even stolen funds using our organization name, and because they stolen funds, they later on even tried to steal our revenue generating potential also. They keep attacking many ways so that we could not make any earning from our projects, so that we do not grow strong enough to take any legal action against them. They have been paying the lawyers so that we could not take any legal action against them. They have been making sure people do not fund our projects so that we cannot stand up, and they could not steal our projects, and they could not be legally held accountable. So lots of manipulation different groups have been, evil groups have been doing. They have been also targeted me for my Islamic faith and many other reasons, okay, just for the out of the discrimination, just to keep me stuck somewhere and let people make me feel like I am nobody. And so most of the work I have to do myself, because teamwork that I started, let's say if I hire somebody and they try to attack that people, so that even the no teamwork can even take place, okay. They have been trying to poison my water so that I end up becoming sick for a while and struggle with my own life and cannot focus at project, even divert my mind towards different areas. They try to send people to, take away my focus or attention. So lots of different type of satanic games they have been playing with me, my life, my projects. That's what have been slowing us down, okay. So it's not that I did not, I failed to fully activate many projects. I had to slow down because I had no choice, because of the massive attack that I was facing for my royal privilege also, okay. And secondly, now I will talk about current observation about global challenges of Muslims or people of faith. Yes, this year I have seen that Muslims have been facing lots of different global challenges, and I want to see the Islamic Empire fully active. It means all the Islamic nations has to come collectively and work together to defend themselves under the Islamic Empire, because I have seen lots of issues this year. People are going away far from the Islam. If God has given us Eid or the two Islamic celebration event, it is up to God it is God who is going to even decide what happens in the future. I have seen even in the country like Morocco, king declared this year, the king is going to, because of the shortage of the animal, king is going to do the Qurban on behalf of the nation. He feel like many people, because of the high price of the animal, he wants to maybe help by taking away some of the burden. So he declared that people do not need to do the Qurban. And in some way, maybe he feel like he wanted to help, but I believe that that was a very wrong decision. He should not have taken such decision. If there is less animal, high price for the Qurban, those who are able to afford Qurban, they will be able to do Qurban. Everyone do not have to necessarily do the Qurban. Qurban is for the people, those who are financially stable, first of all, and it is up to God who accepts the Qurban of the people, and it is also a celebration for people. And as you know, 1/3 of the meat goes to you and your family, 1/3 goes to your relatives, 1/3 of the meat goes to the neighbor. So the meat does not go waste, right? It's like a reserve food for your next few months. Sometimes, if it's a big animal, you sacrifice, and sometimes God create the balance of the food chain through different process, right? Let's say big fish eat the small fish, yeah. Lion does not eat grass, right? So same thing in the animal kingdom. Many things happens. God created for a reason. Sometimes God does balance. Our human intervention should not be there, and that is a wrong move. And not only that, in many cases, many countries, as for example, Bangladesh is a Islamic countries with Islamic majorities. By eliminating a mosque picture, they have included a mandir, that is the Hindu temple picture, in one of the banknotes. In a Muslim majorities country, you can call it a Islamic country. And how come an Islamic country have allowed such things? Do you think because of the Indian influence they have done it, or they were forced to do it? How come the leaders with peanuts have allowed such things? It should not be allowed. People with brain should never do that in an Islamic country. And in any Islamic, and some of the Islamic countries are getting attacked by other countries, developed countries, and how come the Islamic countries are not defending them? So those issues are a major concern, because if you, as we know of, if you burn your neighbor's house by fire, don't be too comfortable that your neighbors are burning, because the same fire can burn your house too, burn down your house too. If couple of Islamic countries are facing the problems by the different evil oppressor forces, don't assume that you will be always safe. You could be the next victim. So, for the common purpose of our own protection and for the restoring ultimate peace among the Islamic countries, Islamic empire has to be fully activated under our monarchy, and we have to, all the Islamic countries, I'm referring to countries with Islamic Muslim majorities, must work together for their future legal protection and security purpose. From now, which we're going to make sure we fully activate under the United Nations New Security Council Future Summit as well, which I am representing, so that this initiative can prevent more war. Because if a nuclear war takes place in between some of the Islamic countries that have nuclear weapons with the developed countries, don't think that that cannot expand, because if a nuclear war starts, it can lead to Third World War. Okay, so as we know that it is called domino effect. Even our one small action can lead to a larger consequences. Okay, in a major way. Let's say if two countries with nuclear weapon start the war, and obviously there some countries will take side of one country and other countries will take side of another country, and it can end up creating a World War III, and which we do not need. Especially we have seen the World War III scenario for the corona and the virtual war or the economic war that is taking place right now for the de-dollarization purpose, but we certainly do not want to see any war that will lead to further war of mass destruction than the war that we have seen in many jurisdictions already, like Ukraine war or other war in the Middle East. So I'm going to work on that, and we're going to, under the United Nations New Security Council, that will be also activated, which we created as a subsidiary project of the World Leaders Forum. We are going to make sure all the G20 countries and the BRICS countries work together as the permanent member states of this particular initiative, so that we can restore peace and work through further diplomacy. In recent time, even Secretary General have also communicated with me through the WhatsApp. So he's also aware of the e-marriage and e-divorce initiative. And I will also work with other world leaders hand to hand from this year. Once I start traveling, once the Irish government will release my passport as soon as possible, then all other global initiatives, different major projects, global branches, we're going to also activate from this year. And regarding our global team of the World Leaders Forum, we're going to hold our monthly meeting from this month. There will be virtual monthly meeting, regular basis, and in future we may also hold a weekly meetings so that we can, I'm talking about some sort of Zoom meeting or virtual meeting, so that our whole global team feel more connected, and we will sequentially activate our physical branches. Those who have been creating lots of attack and manipulation and problem, and as you know of, I will be practicing as a barrister from this year. You better mind your own business. I have forgiven you for your past actions, but if you want to continue to create problem for me in your for my future initiative, which I am trying to carry out to help nations, you better, you are only digging a hole for yourselves. Because I may have forgiven you in the past for your actions, this time I am not going to let you off the hook, because you're going to face the legal consequences, and I am going to make sure you face the legal prosecution and judgment to its full extent for all the evil actions that you may have done in the past. I have forgiven you in the past, so I believe God also forgive us, and we can always forgive each other and move on with our life. And I highly recommend you mind your own business and let me live my life, and try to stop interfering in my progress, and see my progress as an inspiration for your own life. Do not try to copy my project, copy my swag, copy my information, copy my logo, copy my design, copy my royal bloodline, copy my next steps. Be your better version, mind your own selves. There are many ways we can become famous and popular. You do not have to be me to become famous. You can be yourselves and still be famous by improving yourselves. And if you do not have a good career, go back to college, go back to education, get a degree, do something to improve yourselves and improve your career. You know, be your better version of yourselves, or whatever craft you have, you know, become a better at your own craft. Do not try to be somebody you are not, and you will never be, right? So only you will, by doing that, by impersonating me, my organization, this, that, you're going to get a legal karma, you will end up in the prison, you will get defamation, and you will become a viral, but you will only create a bad name for yourselves, and you're going to be disgrace for your family, for your society, and for your organization. And organization like Facebook and other social media, I highly remind you about the CSR, that is called corporate social responsibility. If people are defaming me in the social media, and if you think you're going to continue, allow that, and I am going to let you off the hook. Good luck to you. And I have forgiven you in the past, but this time, if I come after you, I'm going to come after you every single penny you got for the compensation and for the punitive damage you have committed by defaming my name, my organization, and by you think by if my Facebook page look like less than 10,000 view, I cannot get the Facebook monetization activated. I have though I have many pages more than 10,000 views. I have never even activated those social media monetization to earn from my videos or online content. Though I could do that, I might do that in future, but I have not done it. I am not greedy for that. I have been a world leader. I have been a transparent individual activist, and you should not be jealous of me. Who I am. You all have your own accomplishment in your own way, and be inspired by what I am doing, and respect me for who I am, and find a way to collaborate with me. And I will be collaborating with all world leaders, all influentials, and I am not afraid to stand up for what is right and what is wrong. If I have been silent because I have been busy, don't take my silence as my weakness. If I am silent, it means I am busy. It does not mean I am not observing you. I do not know what you are doing behind my scene. I am always observing, I am always watching, and I am always focused on minding my own business, focus on my own growth, focus on my own research activities, and living my own life. So live your life, let others live their lives, be happy, be respectful, be supportive, and contribute towards make the world a better place. And pray for me, pray for the world peace, and as soon as we initiate all our global activities, share all of our contents, videos, initiatives that we are launching, and support all of our national representatives in future, and for the transparency purpose, and if anybody doing anything wrong, also report us, so that we can make sure we can build a global transparent and team of good people that is going to do good things and make the world a better place for all of us by the divine grace of Almighty God. Amen. May God bless all of us, and I pray may God give us better wisdom, knowledge, and stamina to carry out good deeds and help each other. Be your brother's keeper. Don't be someone who people will envy or dislike or fear. Be someone who people will admire, respect, and be easy to talk to. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you all.